It has been such a great treat for us. Not only entertainment, but the way for our future, how to move and what to do. It's very surprising that the Swiss bank business has been attracting my attention all the time. I don't know much how they can digest everything so well. In these modern times, when people are talking of democracy, talking of very big ideal things and all that, at the same time, how can such an illegal system exist openly? And for that, I have a plan. As Arnu has said, I have to expose. I have a plan to do something about it. As far as materialism is concerned, it's working out. All these countries who were supposed to be very advanced, developed, are suffering first from recession, and a terrible recession. That recession is going to give them a lesson about overproduction of nonsensical goods. Materialism comes because people have gone mad with their greed. I was searching a house in England, went round to see houses, and I was surprised that all kinds of plastic things and mixed things and all that were piled up in mountains in every house, mountains. And you pass through a door, you will find 2 legs of a pant falling on you. But not only in England, same in Paris. I have seen people accumulating so much of nonsense that they don't know where to put it and what to do. This madness is on and on and on. Now, I have found out a solution for Sahaja Yogis, what they should do. They should try to encourage handicrafts. Every country I went to, I bought handicrafts. Whether it was Czechoslovakia or England or anywhere. I cannot understand how can you go and buy this rubbish of plastic, of these useless things. And these handicrafts, when I bought, I was surprised. I must tell you about Czechoslovakia, that they were small, very small shops. And they all came one by one. Mother, buy something from us also. Mother, buy something from us. You know, I was surprised, such beautiful things. They said we cannot sell them. But all nonsensical things people are buying. So for Sahaja Yogis, they must take a vow that we'll only take things which are handmade. You need not have many things. You can have few. But something handmade. Now supposing you get a dress. There should be some handmade embroidery or something, put it on that. So some labor is put into that. It is very difficult to see how people go in for things which are very cheap and extremely troublesome. I must tell you one thing, I can't wear nylon. I can't wear anything artificial. Really, I can't. For a while, if I wear socks also, my whole body starts paining. So it is against. Handmade things are few, I agree. But use as far as possible handmade things from the Mother Earth, they make very nice, say, terracotta. So I am a socialist by temperament, I think. So I felt a great urge that I should really export nothing but terracotta. And terracotta is such a beautiful thing. It's so soothing, it's so good, it smells so well. But people think, no, we should buy something that is made from America in some machinery thing. They go on buying like that. In America also I was surprised that beautiful things are selling in shops which they call them outlets. Very beautiful. Mostly of silk or of cotton and leather, pure leather. But people will go to big, big markets and buy all nonsense at a very high price and not from there. Means they have no wisdom. And this is what happens, that the wisdom, if it is lacking in your sense, then this wisdom corrodes the society. Because wisdom itself shows how dangerous it is to go on buying all these nonsensical things. Also now you are seeing that people are taking now more to Ayurveda and to homeopathy. They don't want to use these horrible medicines produced by your great country. You know what they do, Swiss? They send very big offers to doctors from India to come to work for them. And supposing they have produced one A sample as you shown, then the same one they change a little bit, says better. And you know these medicines, most of them are very dangerous and troublesome. By mistake, my family gave me these antibiotics. Since then my legs are very weak and troublesome. I have improved, no doubt. So, see why we are now taken to this. Because pollution is there, another thing, which is created by this machinery. Gandhiji was saying there is no need to use so much machinery. Now, motor car. We can walk, we can use trains, but people want to go anywhere by motor car even if it is about, say, 10 meters. They don't want to walk. That's how our health has gone down. I must tell you, when I was studying in the school, my school was about 5 miles. And we had a car, and we had also horses and what we call is a buggy in our house. But it was compulsory for us to walk 5 miles in the morning. Evening time the car used to come. But morning time we all had to walk 5 miles to go to our school. And in between there was a small little mountain which we had to climb. That is how we learnt about nature. If you don't walk from car, what do you know? At the most, you can see some lamp post. What do you see from the car? Nothing. You cannot see the nature. This walking system is very much out of date now for people. People don't walk. I am not saying that today we are very changed and we are a very advanced people. In a way we have gone down because we cannot walk. God has given these legs to walk, but we cannot walk. We avoid walking. Now because of that, so many cars. I know that in some families they have 5 cars because 5 family members. Especially in Spain I was surprised. So many cars, and every car has only one person sitting. Now problem has started with the pollution and all these things because we have lost the habits of depending upon ourselves. Now see what has happened in, say, this Kuala Lumpur and all these places, suffering from what you call the smoke. Now I have not done it, if you think that way. And they are praying to Allah, give us water. Why should God give them water when they are doing all kinds of nonsensical things? Now there's smoke going on. Why? Because they have cut the trees. Now why do they want to cut the trees? Because they want to make money. That's all. Their wood is coming to India, because in India also they have cut the trees. If you go on like this mad, you will have pollution. Means what? Is that destructive forces will act and stop it. For that you don't have to pray to Goddess. It will work out. And it's all working out everywhere. So whatever you have to have, try to have something which is handmade. Even your clothes need not be many. Try to have it which are handmade. Is one of the things Sir Yogis can do. There need not be to send money to this Swiss bank also. This Swiss bank will be very badly exposed now. I am angry with them for one more thing, that they had promised that they will give the money to the Jews, and now they are going like this, they don't want to give. When they will die, are they going to take it with them? All these sins will be punished. And that is why I am very happy this year has brought it, because I have been talking about it even in that conference I went to in China. I talked openly about the Swiss bank. I have talked to many magistrates and to many, what you call them, the head of the law ministry and all that. And I have told them, why not we have a conference and say that this banking is nonsense. Now all types of bad people are taking advantage of the system and are trying to make money, look very nice, or I don't know. So many have lost their money there. I don't know what was the need to put all this money there, that when they die their children do not get anything. But the problem is this greed is some sort of an inner defect in a human being. He becomes greedy. Greedy because he has deviated from dharma. He thinks he can get pleasure out of things. He cannot. And he goes on accumulating and buying and this and that. I would say your mother also does that. I buy, but I buy things which are handmade. So that tomorrow, if I have to give it presents, or if I have to sell off things, even the ornaments you have given me, I didn't know what to do, I am selling them. What will I do with the ornaments? I have to buy so many ashrams, this, that. My family ornaments also I am selling, because I spend money on my family things also. Just think of it. What is all this for? What pleasure does it give us? I can understand if you want to give somebody a present, or somebody you want to give some happiness, joy, you should do it. But just for yourself, go on, go on. How much can you digest it? You cannot. Joy is much more in giving to others. It's not a thing that gives you any understanding of the fundamentals. And the fundamentals is that you are dharma. Within you is that is your valency. And this materialism absolutely against it. Because it creates all kinds of people. Mafias, the Swiss bank, cheats. We have communities after communities who are known to be cheats. who are very materialistic. They have no spiritual sense. So for Sahaja Yogis, I would say, of course, you have said all the mantras, so I am supposed to do all that. But what you have to do is not to buy any more anything which is not handmade. Try it. At least there should be some embroidery. At least there should be some work done on it. I am surprised that these things are not very good for us. They are injurious to our health. So Sahaja Yogis must learn that they have to walk. They must walk. And they must see the nature, what is in the nature. Many of you don't know what, say, I asked the name of this flower. How many of you know? It's a very sweet name, Kiss Me Quick. Apart from its botanical name. But it is, you see what I'm saying, everything you should know. You should know about small, small things. From where do this embroidery comes? From where does this sari comes? Our Indian men are the worst. I would say they don't know anything whatsoever. But even Western men also have the same problem. You must take interest in things in which you have not taken interest. For example, Indians don't know how to cook. They don't know. Once my husband told me that he knows how to cook. I said, what? He said, I'll make chapatis, rotis. And what he made was nothing Australia, America, this, that. But he said, I give up. Because I was doing shipping, but shipping means shipping. But minute things you can see, what we call is a subtle vision, subtle eyesight. If you walk, look at the nature, love the trees, love the animals, you will be amazed. There are so many things to be known than reading newspaper. What is there to read in newspaper? For hours together you go on reading newspaper, next day you forget. You will be amazed that this, they say that for goddess, it is said that Kataksha, Kataksha Nirikshan. Every glance, she knows everything. Any glance she puts on any man, woman, or anything, she knows where it is. And if you are my children, you should also try that. Because I always used to run out in the jungles, in the forests. I used to go to all such places and really enjoy the beautiful mother, this Mother Earth, who has created such a beautiful thing. Have you noticed just now that the colors of the background, which were made by the Russians, and the colors of this facing thing are just the same. They have used the same colors. It's true collectivity. Now you notice in the nature, it's so matching, you know. Nothing gross, nothing loud. It's so beautiful. This is red, but it has green to match it. This Mother Earth knows everything, she understands everything, she does everything. But what do we do for Mother Earth? Is to run after artificial things, machinery, this thing, and now new thing has come is computer. It's all right if you want to write letters to someone, but otherwise it's quite maddening, you know. And this computer will make our brain absolutely zero. We'll be paralyzed. We won't be able to think 2 plus 2. So anything that you want to use also should have its maryadas. Don't go beyond it. If you take to swimming, you'll go on swimming till you get sick. If you are horse riding, you will go on horse riding till you fall down. See, this is also a kind of a life which has no maryadas. Like greed has no maryadas. That's how also this kind of nonsense. I am only fond of this. I am only fond of this. You are a human being. You should never say like that. On the contrary, you should say, I must learn this. I must know this. what is this all about? It is very important. Otherwise your personality will be a dwarf personality. And ultimately people end up in money. I don't understand. I can't even count 200 notes. Can't even. I don't know about money, I should say. But I'm good at mathematics. But I don't know, whatever money you are giving goes direct to them and they do it what they like. Now if somebody says, how much you got for this? I don't know. How much for royalties? I don't know. Because I'm not interested. I'm not interested. What is there to be so much interested in money? But I get money all right. No problem. Never a problem. I sold one of my ornaments and I got at least 100 times more than what I have spent. Maybe you might say it's vibrations, whatever you may say. So to get after money means you get very much in the clutches of money. So what is the solution? To get rid of this greed is to try and give it to others and see the joy. Give something to others. Share and see the joy you feel by giving something. I must tell you, Gregor is not here, but I am missing him, because once I went to a sari shop and wanted to buy one sari, but I thought it's rather expensive. Why should I buy such an expensive sari? Came away. And you'll be amazed, he gave me the same sari on my birthday. And I was so filled with joy, because he bought it, next day went and bought it from that shop, kept it with him, and on my birthday he gave. These small things can give you great joy in giving people, other people, not yourself. I don't know if I have bought anything much for myself in my lifetime. Never. Even if I go out shopping, if I'm thirsty, I won't even buy one Coca-Cola for myself. People know that I don't buy anything for myself. Practically nothing, but you all give me so much what to do. Now I have decided that after this 75 years of age, I shouldn't take anything from it whatsoever. But to please you, maybe they are asking that only take a national, international, all right. But no more. Every country shouldn't bring what at all. This national, international, you are all international people. What is the need to bring any present for me? I don't even have time to see them. I'm so very busy with other things because there are so many problems in this world. So I would suggest that to get over all these things, we should see ourselves what we are doing about. I'm sure none of you have money in the Swiss bank. Thank God. But never earn more than what you have. There's no need. Whatever comes your way is all right. Of course, if you are doing some work of creativity, of creating some designs, creating something, is all right. But don't buy things, go on buying things for yourself, or putting then money here, hiding there. There's no need. You see, you'll feel so satisfied and so happy, being honest, being absolutely beyond any problem. Now this mafia business is there, I agree with you. Now this mafia can be controlled only by the government because they give such a big tax. Now if, for example, an artisan in this poor country, I will say poor because most of the people are suffering from tax, he has to pay 265 types of taxes. Italians are known for their art. They make beautiful things, but they cannot. because they have to pay so much taxation. Only the designers, they make the money. Designers make the money, befooling everybody. They befool people so much. Once my husband went to Cairo and brought one scarf for me. So he said, this is designers. I said, this looks Indian to me. This is an Indian thing. And surprisingly, in the corner it was written, made in India. He paid 25 pounds for that, and in India you can get it for 2 pounds. So this is another thing, is to run a race of eliteness. You see, this one was bought by my son-in-law. I said, what is so special? This is very great, you know. I didn't know what was so special about the spectacles. So I went to one shop in America, and they all started saying, Madam, Madam, Madam. I said, what is so Madam about me? Why are they calling me Madam? Oh, you don't know? He said, this is Cartier. I said, who is this Cartier? So I'm going to put Kartikeya against him. All such stupid ideas. You see, and then they bought me a, the watch was, what was that watch? Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe. That watch they brought for me. And it would not run in time. I said, what is it? Never keeps the time, is always out of time. My vibrations must be trying some tricks. So I gave it to one of them. I said, Baba, show this to the Patek Philips. That was Matthias was here. This will hit their ego, mother, very much. I said, why? Because they think they are the best. I said, whatever it is, tell them, you change it, it doesn't keep to time. Then I asked my daughter to have it. I said, Baba, I can't make, I don't know why, maybe I will have something simple instead. That too again turned out to be designers. They are now, most of these designers are in jail. And some of them met me when I was coming from Russia. They are absolutely useless people, you know. They take out some idea and sell it for a high price. And if you are a fool, you go and buy that. Did you notice that this is Cartier? For Sir Yogis are simple people. Now this is the thing, is that these are also mafias. I tell you, these are also mafias. And these mafias are exploiting. You have written it in my book also, if you read it, how these entrepreneurs are trying to befool you. You wear simple dress, simple from handmade, will be much better than to wear something that makes you look like something out of the blue. And there is no need, because it is just satisfying your ego. Some people have a habit, as soon as, say, I have, supposing, some dinner set, may not be good, they'll come and see the back of the dinner plate. From where did you get it? I don't know. Don't know? No, this was, I think somebody gave me, I don't know. No, you better find out, because very nice. Next day they'll go around the whole place to find out if they can get the same dinner. And Sir Yoga is just the opposite, I tell you, you depend on Sir Yoga. Once my husband liked one tea set. So you know, London has huge big stores. Some of them are really horrid. I went there, Bapre Bap, we walked and walked and walked through so many. They said, all right, we promise after 6 months. Another said 7 months. Another said 8 months. You give us the order. So I gave up the idea. Then CP said, what has happened to their factories? I said, they don't have anything, they are exporting. Then I went to Australia, you'll be amazed. And there, for a special price, just for propagating, they had put these tea sets there. Imagine, in Australia, and I got it for the half price. So if you don't have greed, you get what you want just there. Just there you get it. But if you have greed, then God makes you dance. All right? That is what is so simple as that. Whatever you want, you can get it if you don't have greed about it. That's such an enslaving thing within us that we have greed. I mean, I can give you 1,001 examples of that. 1,001. That if you don't ask for anything, if you don't desire for anything, you get what you need. Whatever you need, you get. But if you go on desiring, then go mad after it. Go there, get this, and get lost. And then the thing also gets lost. That's why it is said, better try to develop a detachment. It's all right. If it is there, very good. If it is not there, doesn't matter. Then you will be surprised, your attention will be so subtle. Now, none of you, I think, have seen these beautiful flowers. What are there? The beautiful embroidery that is there. The way they have done this. Now, can you tell me how many there are hands in this one? 14. 28. This side 14, this side 14. I mean, inclusive of all these other things. So you don't notice anything. And your attention becomes Mahamaya, they say then the Mahamaya. This is no explanation. Your attention, if it is clear, is simple, you can see the thing clearly. And with that attention, only that attention yourself, takes you to the right place where you have to go, you get the right thing, what you want to buy. Can you tell me these carpets are from where? They are mostly from Russia. I went to Russia and I saw this carpet factory. They have no sense of export also. So I told them that, how much will a carpet cost? Doctor knows. They said only $20. I said, Baba, $20 for carpet. So I told doctor, now what to do? We have to buy many. I said, how much for export? $200. I said, in India the other way around, if you have to export something, then the price is less. I said, all right. So we must think of the solution because I need it. So I asked about 20 Sahajogis to go and buy each one. 2 Russians they give for $20. I said, all right, you bring this. So you should go in for solutions and not for problems. Greed is a problem. Greed is a problem. How to get rid of the greed is the point. And to get rid of the greed is that if I buy something, for whom should I buy this one? For whom should I buy? This will be all right for another friend of mine. Like that. If you train your mind on these lines, not for yourself but for others, then you will be amazed this greed will run away and you will have joy. As you want to give me things, I understand that. I also want to give you. In the same way, think of all others. They are all brothers and sisters. from other countries. Make friends with other countries. If giving is there, then this greed goes away. And you get what you want. A very simple mantra. Is a surprising so far with all the miracles. We don't understand that whatever we need also be provided for. But you must need it, not for stupid collection of things. This was a very, very good thing, acted very well. I enjoyed it thoroughly, the Swiss bank laundering. I know my country suffers from it. Now the another drama which was done by the English shows, it's a Pilgrim's Progress is an old, quite an old drama which I have read long time back. But this is the real pilgrims. They have shown how a seeker goes into wrong ways, methods, and throughout they are very nicely brought in how even a Sahaja while rising falls into different pits. So it's a very good thing for you to know that if you are Sahaja, you should be very careful. And you should see that you don't fall into these pits and ultimately the ego and superego. In the West, the problem is more of ego, not of superego. And for ego, to accept that you have ego is the only way. And then it will drop out. If you know there is ego, ego will drop out. The simple thing is to know that you have ego. Ego of something. People have ego of any nonsense, you know. There was one lady very proud and egoistical. So I asked about her, what is the matter with her? Because she knows how to make dolls. Right? That should give you ego or what? I didn't understand that part. But this is what it is. Even for small things people have ego. And all this designing and all that is based on your stupid ego, which makes you buy all these things to show off your ego. So try to be humble. Humble and try to understand that all these worldly things, we are not going to take them with us. They are going to lie down. I am not saying you renounce. I am not saying you take sannyas. But you should know that the value of these things is nothing compared to you. When ego comes, this idiocy coming. You think by wearing something great, you are very much influence others. You may. But those who are influenced are another set of fools, I must. Once I was wearing a ring and I went to shopping in one of the places. And they were so respectful to me. I said, suddenly the shopkeepers, they never respect me because I'm an Indian. What has happened? So I had gone to a shop where the lady was known to me. She said, may I ask you, is this real? I said, what do you mean real? Is it a real emerald? Yes, yes. Very old for my family. Ah. So your family very rich? No, no. It was from my forefathers. I am just wearing that. My God, if it is real, what will be the price? I said, how will I know? It was bought long time back. I don't know the price. No, can you get me one? I said, why do you want to have it? You can have this one if you like. Like that, you know, a small thing makes them so that you are so great. It's not. What is the greatest thing in us is our spirit. It's the spirit that we have. And we should know that we should be proud of it, that we have got the spirit within us. And if you become proud, then you will not do nonsensical things. You are people who are all realized souls. And already you have crossed over this pilgrim's stage. You are much above that. Now, the greatest thing is to know that we are spiritual people, and as spiritual people, you even dominate me in a way. If you all desire for something, I can't get over it. I have to accept. I have to keep you pleased. Many things I am doing just because you want it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me because nothing comes over my head. So it's all right, whatever children want, let them do. But the one point is this ego has to be really under control. There's one little more point I want to tell you, because tomorrow I may not be able to say in Navratri, you see, I am bound by other things. Is this. I wanted to talk to people who are married in Sahaja Yoga, especially to the ladies. I think some of them are extremely dominating and stupid. What is marriage? Marriage is honeymoon, as they call it. Honey is the essence and moon is the peace. Now, if the women are quarrelsome, fighting, sarcastic, it is absolutely a hell for man. Instead of there, if woman knows the essence, the honey, she should know how to please the husband, to bring peace in the family. Now, some of the husbands are drunkards or anything, not in Sahaja Yoga. What pleases the husband? You see, in a way, it's a trick. It's a trick of a realized soul. How to please others. What do we do to our husbands? Do we try to please? First of all, find out what he likes. My husband, I would say, he's gone away, thank God. He used to say you shouldn't wear any flower in your head. But in Maharashtra, all the married women are supposed to wear flowers. Since that day, I've never worn any flower in my head. It's all right, doesn't matter. He didn't know what I was. So he said, don't wear any flowers, I don't. Then he said, you must wear bangles, because he comes from a very traditional family. All my life I have worn bangles. It pleases him, what's the matter? Little things you do just to please him. Then he also starts thinking, what should I do for my wife? But first it must start from woman, not from man. Because women are responsible for the society. In the Western culture, they are not told what is their job is. Man's job is economics, politics, money earning. They have made a mess out of it, I agree with you. Quite a big mess. But your job is to make the society. And to make the society, first you must know how to keep children pleased, how to keep your husband pleased, how to help others. On the contrary, if you try all the time to dominate, that's not your job to dominate at all. Your job is to neutralize his domination by simple things. I'll give an example. Thank God he's not here. He knows I am very clever in certain things. In his office, he had a gentleman. I never used to interfere with his office. But there was one gentleman, good one, who gave up his organization and joined another one. Because it was a private one, he was getting more money, so he joined it. But there he found it was horrible. So he wanted to come back to shipping corporation. But my husband is very particular about rules, regulations. No, now I won't have you, I don't want to see your face. Get out, this thing, that. So he came to me. Normally I never interfere. He came to me and he said, if you tell him, he might listen. I said, no, if I tell him, he will never listen. But I know how to do it. So I told him that this gentleman came to see me. So he's come to the right person. Now, are you going to trouble me about it? No, 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 not me. But just think why he came to me. He said, why? Because he thinks I am more generous than you are. Immediately this competition. And that fellow got the job. He was a great friend of his. Even in London he was helping him a lot. So when we think that we have to control our husband, it's better to do it in a very simple way. Only on fundamentals you can put down your foot. Otherwise, for small, small things, if you go on dominating your husband, I tell you, you will miss the point. You are married for stupidity or for honeymoon. And in the West, especially in Italy, we have had very bad experience of women, English also, I must say. English girls also have given me a lot of trouble. I mean, they are banned now. Because I can't help it. One girl from Shillong, she was married to somebody in, sit down. She was married to somebody in USA. Imagine from that horrible Shillong, where there's every day at least 30 murders, she got such a good chance to go to USA. Of course, USA is also not a very great place. But she started behaving as if she is a childish person and talking to him in such a manner. He told me, Mother, she is a sadist. Whenever I telephone to her, she talks to me in such a sarcastic manner, and this and that I am surprised. I said, a lady from Shillong? Can't believe it. Then he told me what she talked to him and how she talked to him. I was amazed. I mean, no man would be happy to hear all these things. But she thought she was very friendly and she was joking or something like that. This doesn't work out in marriage. Man doesn't want a wife to be on the horse and beating with a whip. Why has he married? For the happiness, for the joy, for the sweetness of home. It's a very important thing I wanted to talk, because so many of women are thinking that they are something great. Some of them have some money, some of them have some jobs. But first job is to keep the society very happy and to keep your husband happy is the first job. If a woman cannot keep the husband happy, she is no good for us. She is no good surgeon. This is a place like a man who is working in the office. He has to keep his boss pleased. If he doesn't please his boss, he is useless. He is thrown out of. In the same way, a woman has to think about the husband in a very kindly manner. Because this is her job. This is why she is married. Otherwise, she should not marry. She can do what she likes. It's a difficult thing to convince anyone. Because, you see, men are right-sided, they are hot-tempered. But I have told you just now how to capture their anger. I have seen also in the films, you see, all romantic scenes going on. It never happens. There's nobody like that. You see, it's all absurd things you see. So you expect them to be Clark Gable or somebody. It's not. You have to love. You have to take your husband into your heart first. This is your duty. Otherwise, what else are you doing? I was shocked, a girl from Shillong, and this boy has said, Mother, you can kill me, but I will not have that girl here. But she is not joy-giving. It's a fact. So if your wife is like that, supposing, now I'm telling men, the trick of the trade is, if your wife is like that, try to understand why she does. What is her problem? Why is she dominating? Or you think she's dominating. Most of the times, most of the men who talk, oh, wives are like these, wives, they are very dominating. Why she's dominating you? What's wrong with you that she's dominating? If you introspect, you'll find that you give very little time to her. Now the other part is, there was one lady, she wanted to have a divorce. I said, why? Because he goes to work all the time and he's not there and this and that. But I said, if you divorce, then you will never be with him. So why do you want to have a divorce? At least, at least he gives you some time. But if you divorce, then he'll never be with you. So why do you ask for divorce? I can't understand the logic. I mean, women should not be brainless, isn't it? To say such a thing. If you want to divorce your husband for this, it's absurd. Now, for men it is important that they should give some time, pay some attention, and get some things that they like. Now I'll give you again my own example. My husband never brought any flowers for me. You all bring flowers for me. But he never brought any flowers for me, whether it was birthday or anything. Then I realized that this man has no sense of flowers. He doesn't know what is a rose or what is any other flower. And he might bring something which is horrible, Maybe cactus he might bring. It's better he doesn't bring anything, because that would be insulting, isn't it? And then one day he admitted, I don't know about flowers. Now will you tell me, except for roses, I don't know anything. And you will be amazed, even roses he misses out on. So with such an ignorance of things, if your husband doesn't do, it shows consideration. But men should try to know what a woman likes, what she wants. Moreover, men have their own style of thinking. Now, to give my own example again, better is, he buys always very expensive things. So I've told him, don't buy anything for me. So, you don't like? No, I like it, but too much of these too expensive things, why should you buy? So he's very fond of buying this kind of sweaters from that Scotch house. Very expensive. They are 250 pounds each, I don't know how many I have. How many in black? How many? I told him I'll get it from Switzerland. They are much cheaper there and all that. Then another is he wants to buy a Kashmir coat for me, always. I must be having at least 10 of them hanging. But he likes to give that only, all right. So I'm passing out them to my daughters, granddaughters and all that. So what to do now? You see, men, he doesn't mean anything bad, but because he doesn't know. First thing he did was when in India, before going to the puja, he went to buy a sari for me. One of my nephews went to him. So he says, give me the most expensive sari that you have. So these people thought somebody has come now. The shopkeepers could understand this gentleman doesn't know anything else. So they brought out a sari, said this is the most expensive. The price is 45,000 rupees in those days. All right, you give me. I have a card, will you take the card? Yes, we'll take the card. He bought a sari. It is so heavy that it was something, Bakhtar ko kya kehte hain अंग्रेजी? Bakhtar पहनते हैं ना? That, what do you call that arm? You wear Huh? Huh. Very heavy. You know, I said, now what? He said, you must wear for the puja. I was walking like a giant, you know. That's a description of your mother is Ati Saumya Ati Raudra. She's extremely soft and extremely terrible. But I don't know with that sari how I sat. I sat in one place, glued down into that. Now to get up, I didn't know how to get up with that weight on my body. See? And then I brought it and put it properly in a box. And this. So he said, when are you wearing that next? Now I said, please. I've kept it nicely for one wedding. I'll wear sometime. I promised him and kept it there. Because he doesn't understand about saris. I know he doesn't understand about saris. So if he doesn't understand, whatever he buys, I say, all right. And he spent so much money on those things, you know. 45,000 rupees worth of sari, upar se niche tak kitni bhari sari. So, he doesn't understand what is real, what is unreal, nothing. Doesn't matter. You have to just see his heart, how he is giving. With what love he is giving. He doesn't understand. What can you do, poor man, you know? I always buy suit lengths for him or suits for him. I always, myself. Once he said, all right, I'm going to buy this time. I said, better buy. He bought such a horrible one. And he went to the office. And everybody says, sir, this is not your taste. So he threw it away. He said, I will never buy now again. You better go and buy from me. See, but the trouble is, if women take interest and know what sort of color he will like and this and that. And also public opinion is very important for men. First, what the public says. Like once I painted my drawing room with a very nice color, pink and black mixed, very nice. Because it's a sign of warmth. He said, what is this color you have put it in? You should have done this and that. He started shouting. I said, all right, tomorrow we are having a party. After that I'll change. Next day people came in, they said, oh, what a color. What a color. How have you made this color? How did... He started looking at me. I said, should I remove it? No, 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 no. It's very nice. Men care for public opinion very much. And you should see that you create a good public opinion in his presence so that he'll appreciate you. All these are tricks. See, I tell you, men are very simple. But you have to understand. Sometimes they get angry, it doesn't matter. Actually, if they are angry with somebody else, they will come and put it on you. It's better. Because if they do anything to others, they'll beat them. You are not going to beat. If you understand few things about men, it can work out. Of course, some are very miserable husbands, I know, and some miserable wives. For them, we have divorce allowed. In our Sahaja Yoga, we have divorce for them. So, that is the thing I wanted to tell you, that you should make a very good housewife, a very good Grihalakshmi. Now, why I am telling you this? That I am suffering from Grihalakshmi's chakra. And all the doctors have told me it is because the collective Grihalakshmis are not all right. Because they are not good housewives. Like, I'll tell you now, we have Swiss women. They are very good, I agree, but very fond of cleanliness. Swiss are mad after cleanliness. Women. You can't talk to them even for 5 minutes. If you are sitting there, they're picking up this, picking up that, picking up that, picking up, cleaning. Very difficult. Swiss women. Now I was Eritrea. Alga told me that the women of Eritrea are known to be Swiss women. So, doesn't matter if the house is little untidy, there's something fallen off. In India, no woman will do that. Now the guests are sitting and she's with the hoover. Like another thing is, like anything breaks, say. Supposing a thermometer breaks in India, they'll say very good. Now there will be no temperature, thermometer is broken. But I have seen in the West, it's very surprising. Supposing some coffee spills, I am a guest. Immediately they'll bring the hoover, bring something to clean it in the presence of the person. Now if a glass breaks, finished. It's not important. This is a very subtle type of materialism, I think. That the person is sitting there, who is a guest, and why are you trying to do all these things in her presence or in his presence? But this Western women never understand. Another thing is, now you go to an Indian house, their color scheme is different. If you go to South Indians, theirs is different. Everybody has their own taste. As soon as they will enter, Western women, what a color scheme, what a thing you bought, oh my God, this horrible. Immediately they will criticize on the face. So another point is that you must always consider the feelings of others. Woman is there to give proper understanding of feelings of others, what they think. Or they go to an Indian house which will be smelling of their food. They'll eat the same food. They'll enjoy the food, but they'll try to show that it is something lower. This is very Western, I must say. If somebody is wearing a dress, immediately they'll pass a remark. Very Western idea. You will not find good Indians doing that. I don't know about the modern Indians, what sort of things they are. But immediately they say things which will hurt. This is not the way a woman should look. On the contrary, always praise. What's the harm? By praising something, you are not losing your business. By saying, what a nice thing, what a nice sari, what nice clothes. What's the harm? You will enjoy your sweetness, really enjoy your sweetness. It's not telling lies, not to be that honest also necessary. Because you don't like something, you must say, I don't like it. This word has to go from Sahaja. I like this and I don't like that. If I say saying that, how many will remain in Sahaja? So it's very important to drop this. I like it, I don't like it. Who are you to like or not like? What about your spirit? What about your heart? So again, the same thing comes to that women have to have a heart, very large heart, beautiful heart. And your guru is a mother. So you have to be wonderful mothers and wonderful wives and should have very, very large. So that all this selfishness, even this bank will collapse if you do that. It is existing because we have small hearts. If you have large hearts, this will collapse, isn't it? I have said it specially because I have had many complaints about the women who are married here, some Indian women also. That's why I am telling you. Best reports are about Russian women, I must say. Very, very good reports about them. They are very satisfied souls. They want very little. They are not greedy. Surprising. Communism has done so much good to them. It's not communism, but the extremities of communism has thrown them into that area where they don't have any sense of possession. They don't have. Their government said, all right, you can have your flats and look after. So we don't want to have, you have it. Government servants were told that you can have your car. Says, no, we don't want. You better have. Because just to own the car is such a headache, they know. Let the government have the headache. They are not, sort of people who are even conscious of possession. Of course, now they had some funny people, I'm forgetting his name, who was finance minister you had. And he was in Geneva, where he learnt all the tricks of the trade. And he brought forth lots of reforms, so-called. So now Leningrad and Moscow have become very expensive places, thanks to Swiss influence. So this has happened in there also, but still the people are very good. And the ladies who come from them, even Romanian girls, are very much respected. Now everybody wants Romanian or Russian. Or from Kiev. But this time they didn't come. We are sorry they are not here. I am missing them all. Lastly, I have to tell you that there is a very good book Arun Apte has written. This is the book. You all should buy. I don't know what is the price you have put it. इसका प्राइस क्या लगा है? तो तुम बताओ ना कितना पड़ा इसको छपाने का? बताया नहीं, कुछ भी पता नहीं, बताया नहीं, तो कुछ तो प्राइस तो बताना पड़ेगा। हाँ, अभी सिर्फ 5 किताबें भेजी। क्या करें? अभी सिर्फ 5 किताबें भेजी। 5 आएंगी। All right. So those who want to have this book should apply. There are only 5 here. Very good book. So you'll understand about Indian music. It is said that this music has come from Omkara. And it is very sort of sensible music. Now, I think all those musicians who sang before, who were singing Western song, was all right. But what is missing in that melody? It's not melodious. This is like a little bit you sing, then you sing this, then you shout, then you bring it down, then do like this. And they think that they have to sing through their heart. They have to express the feeling of their heart. Now supposing somebody is dejected, so he sings a song of dejection. Then another one who is talking about love, he sings song. He may not be, but artificially they want to produce that effect. There is no need to sing in parts like one word, then one word. There's no melody in it. There's no flow in it. And while Russian songs, though they were folk songs, were very melodious. But don't worry, Americans are invading that part also. They are having all this horrible music there. Now the music means it should please you. It should give you more entertainment, not to make you unhappy, not to make you sad. If you have all these feelings within you, then you should try to say like this, yes, there is problem, but I'll get over it. Because you are Sahajogis. You have to show the victory, victorious nature of yours in your music. I am not talking about others. They go on crying, weeping and singing, but there is no melody, first of all. It is just part. Even the orchestra, I was never surprised. It all goes like this, ka 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 ka, then it goes ka 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 ka. But Indian orchestra, you will see, is melodious. It flows like a river. So this difference is very bad. So I would request all the musicians who are singing, the singing doesn't mean that you use words which nobody can understand. Words must be clear-cut and the melody must be there. Now in Indian ragas there is melody, but words are not important. So you enjoy the tune and everything, whether you know the language or not, doesn't matter. So when you can combine melody with Western music, we'll see how different it is. And this book will teach you. This is a very good book which you should have, and we should understand that how the music can cure you, music can give you joy, what is the basic, the essence of music. And then you can flower it out. I am sure if Indian musicians take to Western music, will be much better than to Western music as it is. I can't understand. These people are so famous and people think they are very well earning and all that. In America, anybody can earn like that. But to make it a proper music, I think you must have the basis of Indian music. Then you can expand it as you like. Now please try to buy this book to understand Indian music. There's no price set given, but it won't be much more than normal. So next time, I think for Diwali Puja they might bring more. गणपति पुरे
बोल देंगे ईश्वर, उनको बोल देंगे दिवाली पूजा में भेज दें।
क्या करें?
नलगीर साहब को बोल देंगे दिवाली पूजा में भेज दें।
अच्छा, I will try to get more of these, but this you must really read, because you will know what is the essence of music. All right? And lastly, today is the 4th day of Navratri, and they have given me some of them are names which are really horrid, but they must be people who have suffered so much, and they asked mother to kill those horrible Rakshasas. Now in a way, it all will kill in its natural course, I know that. If you people take to sense, because you are the ones who can do it. If you do not try to acquire things which you don't want, unnecessary things, if you try to reduce all these things and take to something natural and love the Mother Earth, I am sure it will work. The Mother Earth herself will work it out. You know this earthquake. Now nobody is going in the church. I didn't do anything. It's the Mother Earth. Now nobody goes in the church. What? I didn't do anything. I would not. I was sorry for the art pieces gone, but see now how the nature is working out. Now Islamic people, these Islamic people from Indonesia onward, all these people are suffering from the smoke. I didn't do that. Because when you try to do something wrong, it comes back to you. Action as a reaction. So your faces should be sahaj. You should be sahaj. You shouldn't look like strained people. I can't understand. You are sahaj. And be in that sahaj mood. I'm sorry I have taken so much time, but tomorrow I won't be able to speak all these things to you. And you should try to think about that our mother loves me. She wants us to have a good family. She wants us to look after our children. So I have advised all the men as well as women. It's better to be henpecked, there's no harm. But henpecked doesn't mean they are henpecked. See, they are just to please your wife. What's the harm? But that doesn't mean if she dominates you. That's not like come to my father's house. I must go to my mother's house. All this kind of thing you should not permit. But women should also understand her family is more important than father, mother, even Mataji. Because I'll be only happy to see a happy family. So thank you very much.